Hey guys, this is Ricky Rogers from HonestyGetsTheGirl.com, and these are the top 7 online dating mistakes. The first one is not having a good picture. Now, you don't need to be really good looking to have a good picture. I won't deny that it does help, but more important is to have pictures that show you being a social guy. That means you're out in social settings, so maybe you're out in a bar, you're not really wasted, but you're with a bunch of friends and it looks like you're having fun, or you're out in a coffee shop with your friends, or I don't know, you're doing a bungee jump, or you're out in a boat having fun, Pictures with girls is good as well because it shows you can relate to women as well as men. Preferably pictures in lots of different social settings, doing lots of different things, because that means it shows that you're a guy with lots of interests. If you just got one picture or several pictures of the same thing, it looks like that's the only interesting thing you've ever done in your life. Or worse still, you just have one picture that's been taken by your webcam in your computer room. It looks like you spend your life in your computer room. Second mistake, not being specific enough in your profile, both about the stuff you like and the stuff you're looking for. So most profiles are full of cliches, and women are just as bad with this as well as men. I like nights in and nights out. Well, what other option is there? I like having fun. Well, who doesn't like having fun? And you've also got to be specific about what you're looking for. Most guys aren't screening at all, and you've got to be screening for exactly what you want. And the reason for this is attractive men have high standards because they can pick and choose from the girls they want. They don't just settle for the first woman that comes along. So you need to show that you have standards and you're screening for that in your profile. And also she needs to be able to read your profile and it to be specific enough for her to go, wow, he's just like me, he's talking to me. If you just say, I like fun and I like travelling, it's too generic. But for example, in my profile, I talk about how I'm not a big fan of television. I don't like lying around on the sofa all day. I prefer to get out there, see what the world's got to offer, and really experience what's going on, and get into new situations where sometimes I feel a bit nervous about it, but I really enjoy that feeling of excitement when you're just exploring with someone and you're not sure what's the next corner. Any girl that likes getting out there and exploring is going to read that and think, wow, he's just like me. Third one, being either too serious or too comical in your profile. If you're too serious, you're going to come off as a bit dry or boring or uptight. If you're too comical, you just sound like a clown. A few jokes in a profile are good. Any more than that is too much. So I recommend maybe about 2 or 3 funny comments in your profile. But the rest of it, the meat of your profile, is about what you're looking for in a woman and the kind of person you are, like I just described a minute ago. Number 4, sending a lame first email. This is where most guys are falling down. For either asking too many questions like what's your name, where you're from, how old are you, etc. Or they're trying to tell a life story. Or worse still, they're just being overly sexual and crude in that first email, and none of that stuff works. Number 5, being too eager to meet. As we were talking about before, you're a man with standards and you're screening for what you're looking for, so you don't just give everything straight away. First of all, you're just trying to kind of find out whether she's the kind of girl you're looking for. So a very good first email is just something that you see in a profile where you just poke fun of her in a cute kind of way. You're not being mean, but you just poke fun of her. 2 or 3 sentences, no more than that. But over time, you get towards longer emails as she draws you in with stuff that you find interesting, or maybe parts of her personality that you like. You then say that in your email that, oh yeah, wow, I really like girls like this. I really like that in a girl. I really value this. And then that she feels like she's earning your approval. And learn which women you can meet right away and some which take longer. Everyone's different, but typically I find that around 10 to 20 emails back and forth and a woman is usually ready to meet. Number 6, not speaking on the phone before meeting. You can meet a girl without speaking to her on the phone, but I find it's much better if you do, because even if she does want to meet you and she turns up, you're both likely to be a lot more nervous because you haven't had a proper conversation yet, whereas if you've had at least half an hour speaking to each other where you've had a good laugh but you've also talked about some other stuff as well and you're just generally getting on well, you know that you can have a conversation in person. So she knows as well as you do that even if you turn up and you don't fancy each other, you know that you can at least have a good conversation and it's not going to be awkward. And like I was saying, that makes her a lot less likely to cancel on you. And number 7, not taking responsibility. Now, I don't want to get too deep here, but you've got to take responsibility for not just your dating, but where you are in life in general. Now, a lot of people, but I would even go as far as saying most people, are what I would call a poor me character. Everyone's got their story why they're not successful in life, why they're not making the money they want to, why they've not got the women they want to, etc., etc. And they like to go around all day making people feel sorry for them, telling them this hard luck story, like, oh, look at this hard time I've got to deal with. And if you're one of those people, I want you to really stop and think about what you're doing. Think about what it's like when you're talking to someone and they're trying to make you feel sorry for them. They're telling you about all this bad stuff that happened to them. Do you feel good, or do you get this icky feeling in the pit of your stomach where you just feel like you just want to get away? If you're doing that to people, you're essentially repelling them. So just cut that out of your life completely. Making people feel sorry for you just to get attention, it doesn't work. It's not good for you. It's much more attractive if you're the kind of person who takes responsibility for your situation, says, okay, this is where I am, this is where I want to be, I'm going to work as hard as I can to get there. So what I've done is I've created an e-course called the Online Quality Woman Attractor, where you can learn how to escalate from the initial email all the way up to meeting her in person in a really smooth way where she feels like it's the most natural thing in the world to actually meet up with you. So go to honestygetsthegirl.com now. All you need to do is just stick your email address in. It's completely free and you can have that right now. So I'll be back with another video again very soon, and thanks for listening.